Okay, playing one more league with mono green, almost Karn-less Tron before I head off for the evening. Went 4-1 in the previous league. We're currently 13-2 with this list. It's been really impressive. Apparently we're against Waffo Tapper, so he's going to be on a control deck, that means. Is turn 4 reasonable, though? I think it's not unrealistic. Maybe you're right. Maybe turn 4 isn't that realistic. You can like dump a ballista for 0 sometimes though to get you there, like as a ritual effect. I think I have to mull this, like 0 Tron pieces, even against a control deck. This seems slow. So we're like 99% sure our opponent's playing a control deck. I don't want to mull for 5 against control, because like the raw amount of resources you have actually matters against control and the games go long anyway. It sounds pretty bad against control, but I think I'm actually going to keep. I wouldn't keep this if I didn't know that my opponent's probably playing a control deck. But the fact that they're probably playing a control deck makes it more valid, I think. Just because you need raw resources. This game could be tough to win though. Certainly not looking great for us. That's a nice one. Alright. We've got some stuff going on now. Yeah, so we're going to hit our land drops really nicely now. So we can Stirrings. I guess I find a tower. We need World Breakers and such eventually, but we'll draw into them. You take a plant? Why would you take a plant, Jarvis? Oh, because you're putting 2 plants on the bottom. Yep, you're right. You're correct. You are 100% correct. That was fairly silly of me. Interesting. Almost like you tested Tron. Almost. Something along those lines. I'm going to cast Ballista for 1 here. I guess I could have cracked this to force the field activation soon. Yeah, I wait on map. I agree. Since this game's going to go on a while. If I'm going to miss a land drop, I want to sack map, but... think once. Opponent had a fort. Sylvan Scrying, so now I can crack map, right? So I cast Scrying first. Yeah, they can matter a lot with Travis, I agree. Percentage points and all that. I'm still going to crack the map this turn though. Even if this gets countered, because I just want to hit my land drop next turn. Maybe I was meant to crack this first to get the second Tron piece to force the field crack. Huh. That's interesting. I think that might be the case. I think that might be the case. I might have messed that up. Because forcing the field off the table is good for us. Also just like gives our opponent less info. Alright. Keep hitting these land drops. That is a great draw. So... just cast my Sylvan Scrying here. If they counter it, I get to stick an O-Stone in play. I don't really want to trade this Ballista for a Snapcaster or a Cleek. That seems pretty bad for me. Maybe bait with O-Stone? That could have been legit. I'm not going to attack here. Oh, yeah, I'm playing against Waffo Tapper. That's why I assumed that he was on a control deck. That's why I didn't mulligan this keep. Even though I would probably mull it in the dark because it was so bad against aggressive decks. Electrolyze? Okay. Just to think twice. From what I remember, Waffo Tapper's Jeskai list runs like 4 Electrolyze in the main. Alright. Let's pump up the Ballista now if I want. Still trades with a Snapcaster. No, it doesn't, because I can ping the Snapcaster. Okay. Yeah, I think that was the case, Jarvis, from what I remember. It's kind of wild. Sure. Apparently has bolts too now. That's fine. Next turn, get to tutor up a World Breaker. Start breaking some worlds. Putting a counter on the O-Stone in case we ever cast and crack the second O-Stone. It's like technically correct. Casting this means it gets counted and I'm not casting the Karn this turn. I guess this is fine though. Sure. Maybe I run them out of counter spells for the Karn, dream big and all that. I could cast the second O-Stone there. I'm a bit worried about D-Sphere if I do that though. So I guess I'm just not going to do that. Oh wow. Massive raid from the Thief stream. Hey there Gabe, hope you had a good stream. We are currently 13-2 with this Tron list, which is kind of ridiculous. I think I'm just gonna cast the Wurmcoil this turn. If it finds me another forest, that's pretty good for me. Mono green control versus Waffo Tapper, the control mirror. Basically the control mirror. Kinda. Welcome to everyone joining us. We played some blue-white earlier and got destroyed. So we've moved on to the mono green life. We're only playing one Karn in this list. We went up to 3 World Breakers to fight blue-white control, which has been like kind of great so far. Hey friend. So just start by attacking with the Wurmcoil. Assume it's just getting pathed. I could sack this here. It's a way to actually get value out of my O-Stone. That's not ridiculous. It's not actually ridiculous. Like, this O-Stone isn't doing much otherwise. I guess it threatens a Teferi, but we've always got a backup one. Also means we don't get the land, but like, because we're getting to the point where Field of Ruins are going to be strip mines anyway. So it's not like we need the land. It's Wafo's buddy. Huh. I've always assumed it's Wafo who uses this account. Alright, got a couple worm tokens. Obviously just like they trade with bolts and stuff, which isn't the great best, but you know, can't really complain. Grinding through those resources. Sure. Huh, that's interesting source. I did not realize that. Alright, start chewing up some lands. If opponent paths this, then we get the 7th land out the deal to cast the next Worldbreaker. It's not obvious we even want to target red mana. We could just start chewing up white mana instead. That's probably better. Red mana doesn't do much against us. Do we sack this now? Sacking this now risks us not being able to cast a threat next turn. It also saves this from a Field of Ruin though. If we can't cast a threat next turn, we can just like get an O-Stone on board, which is not the end of the world. Sure, I'm gonna do this. I think this is fine. Just like keep casting Worldbreakers. You think that's wrong, Bobsy? I'm like kind of unsure. I think it's close. I think the fact that like the main answer to Worldbreaker here is a path to exile makes it pretty appealing. Field of Ruin. Oh boy, we've reached that stage in the game. The stage where we lose every land. Everything we held dear. It's just going to be taken from us. Thrown asunder. Yeah. Alright. It was nice knowing you, power plant. It's probably fine, I don't know. It is a bit rough. Now that the Worldbreaker's been pathed, we get to cast this Walking Ballista happily though. Obviously it's for one less because of like the sequencing being awkward for us, but you don't like stone running ourselves when we don't have Tron? Yeah, you're probably right, Bubsy. You're probably right. Does look pretty awkward in retrospect. Especially when we have like other plays to make if we still have the 7th mana. This worm token is trucking in. Jeez. Nice draw. Nice draw. Get to eat up another white source. I mean, Mana Leak's fine against Tron if you have Field of Ruins. I think Mana Leak's actually pretty good against Tron, honestly. because like you're leaning on Field of Ruin against Tron a lot anyway. I have a Field of Ruin in my deck, so I could target the plains here. That's legit. Oh no, I'm not sacking Field ever though. I'm just gonna hit this, I guess. I'm never sacking Field of Ruin, right? I just need to hit my land drops forever. I have no forest to go get with it anyway. No, my worm token. I feel pretty sorry for what's going to happen to this worm token, I have to assume. Unless they were just hoping to rip a second Electrolyze there. Alright, deal. Eep. Alert, alert. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Game just got harder. Didn't it just? Didn't it just? We're only through one Cryptic, so decent chance they have Cryptic in their hand. I think I have to attack face. Teferi's on 5 already. I don't think attacking Teferi achieves much. I'm kind of doubtful that opponent's running Lightning Helixes, so I think we'd have seen one by this point. I think I just have to slam Karn here. Just like hope the counter magic has been run out. It's like fairly unlikely counter magic's run out. But getting counter magic out of the way makes Ballista lethal. Yeah. Okay. Like, obviously, the upside to just, like, playing and cycling Sphere is we can try and dig for Tron pieces as aggressively as possible, or just, like, lands in general for this Ulamog. That's a very nice draw. So I want to lead on O-Stone, right? I want to do it before playing the tower. Since we missed our land drop last turn, now we can kill Teferi. I can just wait on this. Stop a Snapcaster from hitting play. Let's opponent dig a card deeper towards a Cryptic to save Teferi, but... Second Teferi. Right, Tron land lets us kill Teferi. We have any number of cards to find a Tron land. 2. That is not the Tron land we were looking for. In fact, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah? We're not there yet. Right. So we have Ulamog next turn. Hopefully that's not too late. Obviously Field of Ruin time walks us. But there's already 3 Field of Ruins in the yard. So... Okay, snap Cryptic, bounce a land. It's pretty good. Ballista is still lethal if it ever resolves, as well. It's, like, unlikely to resolve, but... Do I want to Ghost Core to this Colonnade? It traps us for Ulamog for a while, but it buys us so much time that I think I might want to do it. It means we're like locked into assembling Tron to cast Ulamog, but we have a lot of land search effects left in our deck. We haven't drawn that many of them. I think this just like buys us so much time. Since like even after they ult to Fairy, there's still like a chance that Ballista ends up being lethal. Hey there, Fuzzy. Good to see ya. So I need to cast this first, otherwise they can go counter bounce the Urza's Mine. This way the only way they can bounce the Urza's Mine is by letting this resolve. How many paths are we through? We're through 3 paths to exiles? Cool. So this is actually problematic. The very worst, it like probably eats through a Snapcaster or a Teferi minus, which is good for us. Yeah, it's gonna get crypticked. Yes, they can bounce the Snapcaster, actually. No. This is bad, actually, for us. They're just bouncing Snapcaster. Okay. Sure. Fuzzy, thank you so much for that resubscription.
Instead of my phone for a change, so I can re-up the sub smile.
Thank you so much for that resub. I really appreciate it. Everyone, put some hearts in chat for our returning subscriber. I really appreciate the continued support, Fuzzy. It means a lot. Alright. Tron land, please. I should be more specific. Alright, apparently we don't want a Tron land. I take back everything. No Tron lands. I take back everything. Scoop phase. No, we're still drawing live, I think. Ballista still kills, right? We have 2 Ballistas left in our deck. I think it's reasonable to keep playing. I have a Oblivion Stone too. I guess I could take the Ugin. I can like almost cast the Ugin. Maybe that's better. I think it matters too much. Kind of just want to jam something this turn to get a counter out of the way so we can Ballista next turn, honestly. I think we're just like leaning on Ballista at this point. The 15-minute KCI turn is it's kind of depressing. The best one though is what like I had a KCI player in a GP take like an 8-minute turn and then fizzle and die. It was great. It's like so absurd. It's like ridiculous how close we got. Alright. On to the next one. Post-board, things get like really good for us because we get all the cheap threats. We get the stupid Ugins and Karns out of our deck that do nothing. So Karn and Ugins out. Tarmogoyfs are good. Thought-Knots are good. Nature's Claims are good. And we've actually been boarding in a couple Surgicals and they've been like not garbage. Just because like if you take Field of Ruins away from them, it's actually fairly hard for them to stop you consistently. And you can also counter their Surgicals on your Tron pieces with this. So I actually think it's legitimate. Weirdly. Taking out all this stuff feels weird, because obviously in those games, these looked really good. But I think the post-board games play out differently. You get to resolve threats a lot more. Jeez, that's brutal, Fuzzy. That's really rough. Is Crucible or Life from the Loam a consideration? I think Crucible's just bad. Crucible's only good against blue-white is the problem. It's really bad in the mirror. It's like too slow in the mirror. I think Life from the Loam's fine in the mirror because it's that mana cheaper makes a really big difference there. I'm not sure whether that means you want it, but I think it's a consideration. Whereas, like, I personally dislike Crucible, even though I know lots of people like that card a lot. Hey there, Emrakul. How are you doing? This hand does seem quite reasonable. You're not wrong. You are not incorrect, in fact. Haven't got any of the early threats, but Tron on the play is actually decent against them. Because they can't get the Field of Ruin down first. Hey, that Walking Ballista. You're also a good one. Jeez. Alright, so I probably want to cast a Ballista here. On 3. I guess it can get bolted. It's not great. Then it gets a creature in our yard, which is fine. Getting the Ballista bolted is fairly embarrassing, but I'd be surprised if there are many bolts even left in the deck. Like, the bolts looked pretty bad that game. I don't think you ever get to the point where you're actually bolting Tron out. So, I don't think that really happens. I want to save my Sphere for the Breaker rather than use it on the Stirrings. Okay, that is fine. Field of Ruin time? Yeah. Thanks, Bubsy. Hoping it works out. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So we... why Surgical? You take away their Field of Ruins and then they can never disrupt your Tron. You can also use Surgical to counter their Surgicals. They like often board in a Surgical to take you off Tron forever. Like, the Surgical seems like it should be really bad, but we've been trying it out and it's actually been performing surprisingly okay. Just because, like, taking them off Field of Ruin is so powerful. So, been really happy with it. I'm going to cast Stirrings here. So if we hit a Tron piece, we get to Worldbreaker off this Sphere. So I'm not actually going to cycle the Sphere first. Alright, we just want lands at this point. Just like build up our mana naturally. For a little while, I think. I could take the Star, try and cycle towards Tron. I guess if I'm getting rid of Field of Ruin, cycling towards Tron is not the worst, because they can't really disrupt it as easily. But the Sanctum's just always going to be great. Do I want to just Surgical them now for the info? I could also make a black mana. I don't think the life matters, though. That's the thing. Whatever. We don't want to do it draw step because then they get to counter it, so I guess I'm just doing this. Max punished, of course. Punished for my greed. Well, this was a good Surgical. There's only 3 Field of Ruins. I guess it's Jeskai, right? They have Surgicals of their own for us to counter. 3 Logic Knots, 3 commands, 2 rejections. Hand is Snap, Teferi, Fountain, Fountain, Cryptic. 3 negates, Jesus Christ. Alright, I like it. None of the red spells have stayed in, of note. None of the red spells are in. Which means I can just like happily cast a Ballista on one. Because it can't get bolted. Yeah, the basic forest means we just get to cycle aggressively, for sure. Glacial Fortress, giving us info. Nice. I mean, it's obviously correct to play the Glacial Fortress there, but... I hate when we're getting punished for daring to... For daring to not cast the Scrying. To not float green. It's kind of rough. This game would be like super over if we just floated green and taken 2. Emrakul currently costs 8. Correct. Opponent has Cryptic in hand, which is why I'm not scrying. We've seen it off the Surgical. It's like no point running our scrying into the Cryptic. Letting opponent tap out for Teferi next turn. I'm taking up Ballista. So if they play Teferi, then Ballista kills Teferi on the spot. Or like, at the very least, shoots down a Snapcaster, and this is fine with me. Do I want to trade in my Ballista to stop them drawing a card? I might. I guess this is something I can cast. It also attacks Teferi, but if they tap out for Teferi, I get to Scrying. And then that's pretty busted. Yeah, I'm gonna sack this to stop my opponent digging one card deeper for a negate to pair with the Teferi. So I would really like them to not find a negate here, because that makes the game a lot harder for me. Alright. Scrying. Please don't have drawn a negate or a mana leak. Tower. Gas. Alright, can't cast anything this turn. Obviously, this is one of those situations where Worldbreaker is looking worse than Karn. But I think we're still going to win anyway. I think we are fine. In fact. We are not going to lose the game for this not being a Karn. I think Worldbreaker is just generally better against their deck anyway, where they have 3 negates post board. Untap land, please. That's also not terrible. I guess I lead with Stirrings, because if I find a Tron piece, I get to Ulamog them into Oblivion. And if not, I can Emrakul them to take the Teferi off the board. Alright, whiffed on the Tron piece. Still cast this Emrakul. What am I taking? I guess I take the land, because then I can guarantee Ulamog next turn. That makes sense. Alright, no sack. We want this land in play so we can cast Ulamog. Worst case scenario, we get to make the Teferi tuck itself, which is nice. Best case scenario, we can like really mess with their hand. Ooh, that's aggressive. I like it. Alright, let's do this. Another Teferi. So we get to Legend Rule the Teferis, tuck the Teferi. Oh no, I get to tuck the Snapcaster, tuck the Teferi. Letting them draw a Snapcaster. I guess the Snapcaster doesn't do much at this point. Maybe I just meant to leave them with the 2-1 though. I'm shuffling them all away too, right, with the Scalding Tarn, so this is fine. Yeah, crack the fetch. Yep, for sure, Jarvis. This is a good Emrakul, I'm not gonna lie. Sweet. Keep this one. We tuck this. Fail to find. That was a respectable Teferi, Emrakul. Even. That was respectable. Hit your white mana. Go find another Ulamog. It's pretty obscene. It was pretty obscene. You're not wrong. Alright, Ulamog gets countered. Deal. So you can see how this Surgical was just great this game, right? If they don't have Field of Ruin, they just can't stop you. Like, Field of Ruin is, like, the only card that really matters. They just need Field of Ruins to play Magic against you. So, you board in Surgicals to stop that. I almost wonder if we want the third Surgical, honestly. Like, it is very good against them. Alright, opponent's probably just playing for time here. They can't realistically win this game, but they can try and time us out, which is fair. It's a legit thing. So we have 8. Cool. Just kind of casting things at random at this point, because I don't think we can lose this game, and we just need to play fast. Honestly. Another Wall Breaker. Pass the turn. This isn't control at all. Tron is absolutely control. The whole deck is sweepers and vindicates. Like, literally what the whole deck is. I'm not playing the lands out because I just need to F6 for time here. Try and have time for game 3. It's not like this deck is particularly fast. I'm probably going to be talking less in game 3. For obvious reasons. I'm really tempted by this third Surgical. We saw 2 Surgicals in my opponent's deck too, and this counters their Surgicals, which is really nice. It counters Snapcaster, but also importantly it gets rid of Field of Ruin, which is like the only card we care about. Oh my god, Phil. That accusation. Doesn't it mention both? I thought it did. I guess I do have to update that, don't I? I thought I updated it, but I guess I didn't. Oh, we should have checked how many Stony Silences, etc. my opponent has. I didn't actually pay much attention because of time. That was really loose. We should have absolutely checked that. Oh well. We'll be fine. just have to play fast. That's the most important thing. I think we're pretty favoured here. This is a keep. If our opponent doesn't have Stony. So... it's like, you get to dig for our land drops with this sphere and this stirrings. Nice, no Stony, I like it. Please no negate, either. Brutal. Logic not. That's really brutal. Jeez. Missing land drops here sucks. If we get a land drop next turn, we're still in a fine position though. Oh, grim. Rip. Rest in peace, Tron Dreams. That's your accomplishment, Resume. It's a pretty decent accomplishment. Hey, a land. How delightful. I could have tried to cast this Scrying, but I'm pretty sure it gets counted. Just gonna like cycle through these things to hit our land drops like naturally. Could he counter bounce here? That's your claim to fame, one of your cards won that 2017. I mean, it did. It most certainly did. Alright. Sure. They don't have a Teferi or a Surgical. We're actually in a fine position, weirdly. Cast this. See if it gets counted. I'm going to be focusing on the game a lot and talking less because of time concerns. So, sorry if I'm not quite as interactive as I normally am. But I would like to not time out of this game in like a reasonably favourable matchup. Punished. I like it. Quite punished. I guess I just want to cast this because I don't have green mana at the moment. Thanks, Temperance. Alright, I get a forest here. It's kind of nice. It means I can start casting these Scryings more easily. As long as there's no Surgical or Teferi in my future, I'm honestly in a fine position here. It's those two cards I care about. Nothing else really matters at the moment. Gross. I could have cycled this to try and hit Surgical, I guess. I'm not sure I would still Surgical that, though. I think I need to Surgical Field of Ruin, right? So it's like, whatever. Get Power Plant. Runs face first into a Surgical getting Power Plant. But it's also the one I have least copies of in my deck. So, it's the hardest one to find naturally. Which I think is important. You've never seen me without a red clock. I relate way too much. More than I am happy with. Alright, I'll try and cast Ballista for free next turn. They clearly have mana up for something. Oh, Sphinx is rev. Jeez, no, I'm getting destroyed. Alright. That's pretty good. Sphinx's rev for free is very good. Draws a new hand. Hopefully they don't have a Teferi here, or else we're in trouble. If they have Teferi, we could actually be in trouble. This mono-green control has a resemblance to something. I don't know what it could possibly resemble, Daniela. I'm clueless on that one. I heard, how did the mono-green control go for you, Daniela? How did it go for you? I heard about the control match which you timed them out in. I thought that was on theme for a deck you took from me. Field of Ruin. Rude. So rude. I actually run out of time here. I say forlorn. Look at our 5/6. Isn't our 5/6 great? If I tried having the Tron pieces on the field and not in my hand. Good advice. Good advice. Should pay attention to that advice. Really. Really should. Incoming Surgical. Jesus. Alright, I mean we can almost hardcast this stuff, so you know. Whatever. Yeah, the Tarmos are great. The Tarmos are just excellent. Strong approve on the Tarmos. No, that's really rude. That's really rude, opponent. Fuck. Oh my god. Why didn't they do that draw step? I just didn't cast this first main phase because I assumed they'd cast Bendilion Clique and draw step if they had one, like a... Oh, it's so annoying. So frustrating. Apparently I was just meant to slam the World Breaker first main phase, and then I'd like have a World Breaker, kill the Colonnade, get another World Breaker, have like a decent chance here. So it's kind of gross. They activate Colonnade, they force us to crack the Ghost Quarter, and then we're like, we have to resolve a Ballista next turn to be in the game. Never mind. That's sad. That's a sad game. Oh, I mean, we were very in that game, and we missed our second land drop to like turn 5. So the Tarmogoyf also just like looked really good. So that's nice to see. The Surgicals from our side looked really good too. I think we're just meant to bring in Surgicals against Blue-White and Jeskai. I think Surgicals are just good in the matchup. Yeah, they had so many snaps, it didn't make a difference, that's true. They would have just pathed away the World Breaker. For sure. Alright, on to the next round. The Emrakul was excellent. The Emrakul was, like, so good. It answered 2 Teferis, a Snapcaster, Stone Rained them. The Emrakul was just, like... very, very nice. I think... So, I thought it was Waffo. Someone said it was Waffo's friend. So, I'm going to keep the sand. It's got 2 Tron pieces, and we got a Ballista to buy time. I think the sand's fine. We now have 25 minutes again. That's pretty nice. I'm on board with 25 minutes on clock. It's a good place to be. Oh my god. Aren't we just the luckiest on this stream? Aren't we just the absolute luckiest? I think we are. I think we are. Just like easiest life. Did you like the Explore, Daniela? I was kind of sad to cut it. I quite liked the Explore. It was pretty, like, the Explore's really nice against the control decks, where you just, like, want to cast your stuff with, like, 7 or 8 lands. It also if they bounce your land with a Cryptic, you use the Explore to get both lands back down, which is just, like, absurd. I don't know. I was kind of sad to cut the Explore. I think it's good, but... not necessarily good. I think it's good. I'm not 100% it's good. It's definitely special. I will grant you it's special. That is 100% for certain. Alright, they need to be a genius to name Walking Ballista here. Instead of, like, any of the other cards they immediately lose to. Urza's Tower equals Divination. That is an interpretation I can get behind. You have to play 2 Explorers, the mean value. That's a good point. You raise a convincing argument, Marcus. Do you think that's why Titanship plays exactly 2 Explorers always? Purely for the meme value? So I've always been curious why they don't play more. That would kind of make sense. What the hell is this garbage? Alright, we have ourselves a ghost. We have ourselves a ghost, people. So spooky. I mean, humans is a pretty good deck to ghost with, right? You get Meddling Mage. I hope I rip an Ugin next turn and just, like, destroy them. Fierce justice will rain down upon them. Or I can die. If we lose this match, I'm not counting it towards the match record of this deck. To be clear. Oh my god. Ghosting is the worst. Alright, take out this Emrakul. Take out this Karn. Take out these lands. Need to cut 2 more cards. What were the other 2 cards we were cutting? Cover hand. I don't have anything set up for that. Also just sounds like a lot of work. Sounds like it makes the stream less enjoyable for all of you. I don't know. I'm cutting Ulamog. What is the other cut? Probably... Twitch chat helped you once, you think. Twitch chat's helped me before too, but most of the time I think streaming like lowers my quality of play just because I'm talking and playing slow and stuff. What is the final card? We have an extra sideboard card than we used to. Is the problem? You think it was me in your chat that helped you? That sounds about right. That's definitely happened before. Thing is, all of these are kind of great, right? We definitely want the Ulamog just as something to tutor for. I think boarding out all the Ulamogs is basically incorrect. Always. Could actually almost see boarding out a Sylvan Scrying because we have Tarmogoyf and Spatial Contortion as 2 mana plays. So like our 2-drop slot's kind of clogged. Is that unreasonable? I used to do that against Affinity when I had Warping Whales on my board. I'd board out a Sylvan Scrying because I was boarding in so much 2 mana interaction. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if it's correct or not, but I feel like it's probably incorrect, but I'm gonna try it. Alright, let's see if they can beat this hand. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they can't beat this hand even with ghosting. Go out on a limb and say that. Find an Urza's Mine. Alright, it begins. Incoming Meddling Mage. Which one are you naming? Wow, Fuzzy. He actually promised that? That's ridiculous. I guess they figure we can't cast any of these anyway, maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's cycle the Sphere for starters. I think I'm just going to cast the O-Stone and the Star and say go. They can Reclamation Sage the O-Stone. I think I'm okay with that. I guess if I hold it in my hand, they can't Meddling Mage everything, right? I certainly hope there's coverage for Stockholm. I assume there is. The hey, I'm not ghosting, you're ghosting Meddling Mage. I'm unsure if I meant to play this out or not. It runs straight into Reclamation Sage. But it also like, holding both in hand is bad against like double freebooter, but then we still get to World Breaker them next turn. Yeah, I do just want to play this outright. I think you're right, Alex. I think you're right. I'm pretty sure I want to play it out. The chance they have Reclamation Sage is kind of small. Okay, playing out the Hierarch means they might have Reclamation Sage. Or they're just trying to force us to crack the Oblivion Stone. Which is also legit. Like, they have to get it off the field somehow. They're not going to do it with a 2-2. There goes your weekend, Daniela. I mean, I already know where my weekend is going. Damping Sphere, jeez. Interesting. O-Stone's still gonna get there in time if they don't have a Sage. Alright, that's a nice draw. That is a very nice draw. Buys us a lot of time. I could kill the Hierarch, they missed the land drop. Looking at Thalia's Lieutenant if I do that, I should wait. Interesting. Goes up to 3. Let's just get this off the table. We can't pop Stone, there's a Damping Sphere in play. We only have 4 mana. Damping Sphere is turning off the Tron lands. Yep, Tron is offline. Indeed. What a sad world we live in. Rexage. Yeah, I mean, Ballista's going to buy a lot of time here. I think we're still in a fine position. Opponent is trying their hardest to ruin our fun. I really just need to hit my land drop, so I probably have to sack this turn. Yeah, the Ballista's nice. The Ballista buys us a lot of breathing room, for sure. I guess I can sack this next turn. They have a Phantasmal Image, they get to copy the Rexage. They can't even cast Phantasmal Image currently, though. So I think I'm just going to pop the Rexage to buy time. It like halves their onboard clock. Another Rexage? Seriously? Opponent is just out to get us. Jeez. They do not like losing to Tron. Land drop. It's not quite a land drop. So I get Sanctum. If I get Tower, do I have enough mana for like Worldbreaker plus Ugin the turn after Worldbreaker? I guess it doesn't matter. Just get a Sanctum, just be responsible. So any land lets me Worldbreak them, get rid of the Damping Sphere, have a big blocker in play. They didn't play another Meddling Mage. Jeez, that's a good one. So we go to 6. Oh boy. Alright. Spatial Contortion, Walking Ballista. Contortion leaves us dead, Walking Ballista leaves us alive. So I'll take that. Take the card that leaves us alive. Oh, what? Okay, we can still cast this for 2. Good. Damping Sphere, like, taxing our cycling there. Alright, at the moment we can still block Champion, Ping, Reclamation Sage. So they need another Mantis Rider or land Phantasmal Image to kill us. I don't know how we get into the game from there, though. Like, Ball Breaker no longer does it. Oblivion Stone certainly doesn't do it. I think we're just dead. That was a sad game to lose. After the questionable meddling mage naming game 1. To word it lightly. Alright. I think we win game 1 like 99% of the time there. If not for meddling mage on Chromatic Star. Anyway, soldier on. I do think this deck just like crushes humans generally. I think we were like 3-0 against humans up until now. You just have, like, having 4 Ballista buys you so much time to get to your sweepers. It's kind of absurd. The Tarmogoyfs also just, like, block so well in the early game, too. This one might not be a keep. No way to find Tron pieces, only the 1 Tron piece. On the draw, too. I think I'm going to mull this. This is probably a keep. Ballista. I've already got an O-Stone against those sort of decks. I'm going to bottom this, try and find another Tron piece as soon as possible so we know what we're scrying for on turn 2. Alright, Birds of Paradise. That is good for this O-Stone. Cool, so we're going to have Tron complete turn 3, so we'll have turn 4 O-Stone sweep the board. Which is great. Oh my god, Marcus. That is brutal. Just gonna be a clean O3. Just the cleanest. Alright, that card's kinda good against us. You get ghost quartered every turn now. I guess we force them to start doing it, though. If they're not playing the Tectonic Edge tech, we're still just going to curve O-Stone into like turn 5 sweep the board. Attacking is surprising. What is happening? I am confused. I guess they figure we can't sweep the board this turn anyway. And Shalai protects them from like Karn. Do I still think I'll play Tron post Ravnica? I don't know. The trophy card does seem kind of messed up against Tron, for sure. Seems pretty problematic for this deck. There's no denying that. I can't cast Wurmcoil this turn. So I could just get a star to keep cycling. I've already got like a couple payoffs, right? Thanks, Phil. Have a good day. take care, and all that. So I'm gonna get another star. I can cycle it right now too. Just like keep digging. Alright, I'm gonna cast this out. It's bad casting it out against Rexage, I guess. You know, I could hold it on the basis that, like, if they Ghost Quarter me, I can probably just, like, cast O-Stone next turn anyway. Not exposing it to a Rexage is nice. Or, like, a Pride Mage or whatever. It's only bad if we draw, like, Ballista. Alright, I'm just going to pass the turn here. Tron lands can't be played. Deals 5 damage to each player for each Tron land they control. Oh my god. I would cry. I would actually cry. That would be a lot. Incoming Thoughtseize make us look like an idiot for holding O-Stone. That would be the most justice thing ever if they cast Thoughtseize right now. I guess we'd still have this Ugin though, but... Oh my god, Marcus. That is a phrase you can indeed now say. What is this? Do they have a chord for Selfless Spirit up? Is that what's happening? That's really rude if they do. How did the ghosting match end up in the end? We ended up losing it. Temperance, alas. Yeah, they must have chord for Selfless Spirit, right? So we have to use Ugin. And we can go get Ulamog whilst we're at it. Just to, like, try and end this game. Yeah, Selfless Spirit doesn't even kill Ugin, right? Which is nice. They can go get a different 2-drop to kill Ugin. They could get, like, a Kazali Pride Mage to kill Ugin. Chord for Phyrexian Revoker. Oh my god, Alex. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Chord for 2. Oh, I feel smart right now. Now I feel dead. Now I feel dead. Okay, I could have played around that by O-Stone and then, like, upkeep the O-Stone, but then I die for chord for Selfless Spirit. That just, like, actually kills me. So... Can they chord for Vizier here? 1, 2, 3, 4. They need a land to chord for Vizier. Nuke the bird from orbit. There's an accurate description of what happened right there. Okay. Bolt your devoted druid. Get off the damn board. So now we have to go to second main. Force them to chord here. We're like really close to dying this game. It's a good thing they don't seem to run any land hate in their main deck for the Knight of the Reliquary for some reason. Rawr. Alright. Actually winning games. What is it like? So, we want Spatial Contortions. Want All is Dust. Karn is bad. Rar. I do need a Rar remote, don't I? Be kinda great. Wurmcoil's quite bad. I'm actually wondering how Thought-Knot is in the matchup. Just because if you stop them comboing, you can't actually lose. Why must I lie? Tron's a control deck. Tron's great. Explain to me why Tron is not a control deck. The deck is Sweepers and Vindicates. It's great. I actually think Thought-Knot's not terrible against them. So if we stop them comboing, I feel like we're just like big favourites. It's obviously bad in combination of O-Stone, but I feel like if once you like sack the first O-Stone, the game's over. Daniela was playing my old list from yesterday. It's like not uncommon tech though. Jarvis played it at a GP, and Jeff Cunningham wrote an article about it too, like a month ago. So I'm curious about these. The other argument is like if we surgical the devoted druids, we probably can't lose, but that seems really loose. I think the Wurmcoils are kind of unnecessary. I think this just does that job like better against them. I think just time walking them with. Oh, we need Nature's Claims against Stony too, right? All right. Let's do this. This looks good. I don't really think of Tron as a combo deck. Like, you win lots of games where you never assemble Tron, just through, like, casting Ballistas, and, like, casting Oblivion Stone on 3 and sacking it on 5 and stuff like that. Yeah, always boarding Claim in the dark, for sure. Just, like, need to answer Stony Silence. Probably answers Phyrexian Revoker out of their deck. I assume they have one in the board, even though they didn't have one main deck. So there are like some nice targets. Yeah, we've seen it, Cat. It seems decent. Probably a bit slow for modern, but I mean, most ramp decks are control decks though. I think it's reasonable to say that a lot of ramp decks are control decks. I think this is a mulligan. Doesn't really assemble Tron very well. I'm gonna keep this. I've got a Ballista for some interaction. It's gonna be hard to assemble Tron with this hand, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. It's Turbo Fog, where the fogs are big creatures that stop your opponent. Oh my god, JD, that's a lot. That is a lot. I certainly don't think this hand is like an obvious keep. I could see mulliganing it, but I think the Walking Ballista is like nice enough interaction, and the Nature's Claim can be important in some games too. Obviously it's bad against these draws, but I think the turn 2 Devoted Druid draws are like pretty rough for us regardless. So I'm not too worried about that. I just passed it. I guess I cracked this main phase, right, because of Mind Sensor. pretending to hold up interaction isn't going to change anything. If we're dead, we're dead. Like, whatever. Yeah, we just have to hope they didn't, like, have a very fast combo. But that's always going to be the case when we're on the draw. Like, on the draw, this matchup is just always rough. You just don't interact early enough. Oh my god, Lassie. The World Breaker Avalanche Riders comparison is real. Just running it back. I think I'm happy with how we have this set up. It's not impossible that on the play we actually want Karn. On the play, Karn could actually get rid of Devoted Druid, which is relevant. Well, this hand is heckin' nice. Got Tron, got turn 3 Thought-Knots to stop them comboing us. Need green mana at some point, but we'll find it. Tronza. Jeez. Tronza is a name. I mean, Ponza is probably closer to a control deck than anything else, right? I guess you could call it a mid-range deck. Maybe it's a mid-range deck. It's somewhere in between mid-range and control. It's probably mid-range, though. Alright. Interesting. So I can go ahead and Stirrings this turn and just cast a Thought-Knot to, like, stop them doing garbage. Ballista. Oblivion Stone's also great. I think I just want the Ballista, so I don't kill my Thought-Knot Seer. I wonder if I just cast Ballista and kill both of these. That sounds great. Right. I guess the downside is it's, no, this is just excellent. I guess I'm only killing one, but I get to leave the Ballista in play, and it's just going to be, like, really problematic for them. If they try and answer it, I get to kill the birds. They sit there answering Duskwatch, then, like, leveling up our Ballista is just going to overpower that. Yeah, this is great. Just great. Holy cow, that's so absurd. I think I just want to Thought-Knot for the time being, though. We know they have a Rex Sage in their hand we want to take. Huh. Alright. TKS and Ballista on 2, yeah, don't know that that's what I'm doing. I kind of don't want to flip the Duskwatch back. I think I'm just leveling up Ballista this turn. And then, like, next turn I cast the second Ballista, trigger my Sanctum. It also means I get to save this for my Sanctum, which is great. It's, like, so good. Attack you for 2, kill the birds. Doesn't sound bad, branch. That's kind of neat. Makes it a bit more fair. Alright, this is going to flip back, but I get to kill all their board. Yeah, opponent's just like super done. I agree. I agree, opponent. Alright, we're recovering. I'm counting this league as 1-1 because one of those matches we largely lost to ghosting. So like for sake of testing, we're 14-3 with this list, which is great. It's just felt like very, very strong so far. We lost to a humans player who cast Meddling Mage on Chromatic Star when we had 3 Chromatic Stars in hand. Which is like a play they do not do in the dark when you already have access to Tron, right? They would just name like one of the sweeper effects. Alright, this has turn 4 Tron plus O-Stone. Just like destroys any deck that's playing to the board. Do we want this? They were in chat too, jeez. I didn't realise that, Temperance. I'm going to bottom this. There aren't many matchups we actually want the Emrakul in. It is good against the matchups that this hand is bad against though, which is legitimate. Like this hand does not get great against control decks or combo decks. Ooh, alright, this should be an easy game. Oblivion Stone is the best card in this matchup by a million miles. As long as they don't turn free us. If they turn free us, there's like obviously nothing we can do. But if they don't, then turn 4 Oblivion Stone should end the game pre-board. Yeah, I'm unsure about Fragtusk. I think Fragtusk might be good enough. I think the thing is, I think Tarmogoyf is probably just better than Fragtusk in those matchups. Just because it gets like underneath their counter magic so well. But I do think Fragtusk is very good. I have always liked Fragtusk, I just don't know how to fit it into the list. There's only so much room. We could die here. Yeah, Ballista. I mean... if they have a Ravager, we might die. Yeah, we died to Ravager, right? We're just like actual dead to Ravager. If they don't have Ravager, we probably win. So let's cross our fingers. So Ravager is like 2. Dumps 3 counters on this, 2 on the Ravager. So this is 5. Ravager becomes 4. This makes Ravager 6. This makes Ravager 8. And then they dump it all on the Ballista to kill us. Alright. I am a fan of winning the game. In fact. I want to do this in their turn, right? Because otherwise they can Welding Jar, save a creature, and attack with it. Is that correct? I think that's correct. Yeah, we faded it. Which is pretty good. Oh no, we want to do it in response to them activating Ballista. That's actually correct, because then they get 1 less counter on the Ballista, because we remove the hardened scales from the board. Yeah, opponent has recognized that. So now we just let them draw for turn. Because this stops... I guess Ravager kills still probably... Yeah, if they cast Ravager, they force us to crack this, but whatever. We just want to do this in combat if they don't force us to do it elsewhere. So regenerate removes from combat, so we can just wait. What happens if I do it now? So I need to make sure not to die to this Ballista. It's going to get 2 counters, become a 4/4, but it's going to be removed from combat, so it probably doesn't kill us. Gets 2 counters, becomes a 4/4, gets 2 counters, becomes a 6/6, but it's removed from combat. I think not taking this damage is pretty relevant. Lets them cast off post-combat, but we've got the second O-Stone, so we don't really care about that too much. If they pump the Ballista, they don't get to play anything post-combat, which is, like, really good for us. Honestly, this Hardened Scales deck is a lot scarier than normal Affinity. Like, normal Affinity for Tron always just felt like a buy. It's, like, such a good matchup. Hardened Scales, like, they turn free you a lot more consistently. They're able to fight through Ballista a lot more effectively. Yeah, it's basically replaced it. It has. Which is not great for Tron, by any means. It's not great for Tron, but that's the case. So I guess I want to find another Tron land, because that lets me Ulamog next turn. It makes my Ballistas bigger too. So I might as well just do that now. I guess I do it with the Expedition map. I do it like this, and I get the Expedition map down too. But then it gets O-stoned away. No, I can sack it. Maths. Maths, it's tricky. I guess what I actually want to do is Stirrings this turn. I can go map, sack it, find another tower, but then I can't play Oblivion Stone and crack it. So I want to use up my green mana then. That makes sense. I need to use up all my green mana. So this lets me Scrying plus Oblivion Stone. It does, Michael. I kind of want to use up my green cards though, because they're harder for me to cast than my colorless ones. Like, this is less mana than map, but our main restriction isn't amount of mana, it's colored mana at the moment. They're probably going to force us to sack this in combat anyway, but I guess I wait. If they just want to, like, put another counter on Ballista, that's fine, right? We don't care. Is it absurd to sideboard Creeping Corrosion? It's probably not absurd. I've never seen anyone do it before, but it's a thing I could imagine someone doing. They must be flooding like crazy. Jeez. Yeah, double green is less rough now that you're playing like 5 forests and a Field of Ruin. It certainly might be a bit rough against these sorts of decks though. Like, Creeping Corrosion is a card I've considered before. I don't think it's unreasonable by any realm of the imagination. This is not unreasonable by any realm of the imagination. I guess it's technically correct to Stirrings first, in case I find Sanctum. Or Wurmcoil, it's also good. I'm going to hold this to find a Sanctum instead of fetching another tower here. Come back. Where are you going, opponent? Where are you going? Opponent just disappeared. So rude. Yeah, Fracturing Gust is messed up against Hardened Scales. For sure. I just want these cards. Ugin is terror bad. Emrakul's probably bad. I think Field of Ruin's much worse than Ghost Quarter against them. Karn is pretty terrible. Wurmcoil's pretty bad. Wurmcoil's like not the worst. It can stop them like killing you on the ground with Ballista, but so I don't mind 2 copies, but it's certainly not great. Not great by any means. This is your daily reminder that Fracturing Gust is an instant. Yeah, it's always so surprising to me. It's always so surprising to me. It's kind of ridiculous. Just like casually an instant for some reason. Only gaining 10 life? I feel like you should gain more than that. Right. Very hard to send this hand back. It's not quite there yet, but I think it's very hard to actually send it back. Incoming Damping Sphere, ruin our hopes and dreams. It's really awkward. They're like the Ancient Stirrings Damping Sphere deck, right? So the post-board games get really tricky. Because you just have to slog through Damping Sphere after Damping Sphere. Sometimes. There's not a lot you can do about that though. Other than just like, plod on. Okay. Another Ancient Stirrings is fine. Damping Sphere is less fine. Guess we need a Nature's Claim at some point, huh? To be in this game. Or hope that their draw's slow enough that natural O-Stone gets there. Oh my god, Sculleroonie. That's rough. Hope it sorts itself out. Or hope you can sort it out, I guess. I can cast this, cast Map. I don't need to hold up removal this turn because they're going to be spending next turn getting Damping Sphere down like 100%. Next, and we can just like try and hit our land drops here naturally for the O-Stone. Go like turn 4 O-Stone, turn 5 Crack, and hope that that's good. And O-Stone will clear the Damping Sphere off the field, which is nice. Damping Sphere also just makes it harder for them to build up a board from this position. It's like actually kind of awkward for them too, which is nice. do? I guess I get to sack this, crack the expedition map, play a star. I might actually want to expedition map for forest. Have some consistent green mana. I've got like everything else sorted. Tarmogoyf is probably better against burn than Fragtusk is, honestly. I feel like Tarmogoyf on average is going to buy you more life against burn than Fragtusk does. Fragtusk is really slow. Yeah, you reckon they have a second Damping Sphere? I think that's quite probable. George, I think that's quite probable. I kind of just want a forest here. On that basis, just like gonna have to slog through these things, so we want access to consistent green mana to help with that. Fragtusk buys you 0 life against burn on average. There are definitely games where that's true. Tarmogoyf is like one of the best cards in Modern against burn, secretly. I love how Damping Sphere is just like stopping them from randomly comboing killing us easily. It's kind of absurd that it's helping us here. It's kind of absurd. It's like making their Mox Opal embarrassing. This is great. This game is a treat. Alright, I think I'm just going to cast this O-Stone. If they Nature's Claim it, then like we'll move on with our life. I'm sure we'll survive. Whatever. Gonna pump the Ink Moth of the Blink Moth. Reasonable. Glad you get to keep watching. Throne of Gath, that's not too threatening. I guess they get to start proliferating onto me, huh? I get to wipe their board, end of their next turn. So I just want to pass the turn with this open, right? There isn't much they can do that's that threatening. And I untap and Ulamog them into Oblivion. Oh, I guess I can almost Ulamog them because of the Nature's Claim, huh? It's kind of wild. Anyway, no need to get eager here. Sure. I gain a poison. Oh, woe is me. How will I survive? This has been a very strange game. I guess they were really leaning on those Ancient Stirrings to smooth out their hand, and they just found like a bunch of lands instead. I mean, it's kind of reasonable keeping a bunch of Ancient Stirrings against us, because Damping Sphere is very strong, but it's definitely not worked out. I almost wonder if I just don't sack this Oblivion Stone. I just Nature's Claim the Damping Sphere, untap, cast Ulamog. And that's probably great. Leave them trapped underneath there. Under this Oblivion Stone. Alright. Seems good. Don't really know how they get out of this. Get to kill both ink moths with our Ulamog. Obviously you have to be careful not to get proliferated to death, but I think that's fairly unlikely to occur. Thanks for the host. Appreciate it. Welcome to everyone joining us. We are tronning some people. And yeah, we can contortion. Oh, we could contortion a Nexus now, right? Just as a Stone Rain. I'm kind of into that. Just take them down on mana. No, you're right. I think I want to contortion. Weirdly. Just like Stone Raining them is actively good for us. When we're about to land an Ulamog. Alright, so 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Book. Ah. Ulamog is just the most delightful. How's the stream been going so far? It's been a lot of fun. A lot of viewers hanging out. We went 2 and 3 with blue-white control, but that's because I timed out a match that I was like miles ahead in. And then we went 4 and 1 in our first league with this deck. We're playing for the 3-2, so hopefully we get there. This list has been really nice. I've been really liking this list. Tron is the nut though. I love this deck too much, George. You know this. It's Stone Rain Tribal. How could I not love it? You have 3 different cards in your deck that Stone Rain your opponent. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. It's very likely to hit turn 3 Tron. It's got a nice payoff if we get to turn 4. One, 3, 6, 8. Oh my god. See you, Temperance. Have a nice day. Ooh. Overseer is scary. Alright. I guess we found out... So awkward, then I don't get to cast Stirrings. Killing this probably buys us so much time though. Honestly. I think I just want to kill this. Yeah, there are any number of cards that let us cast Stirrings next turn, and we don't even want to complete Tron till turn 4, really, anyway. The way our hand looks. I think killing your Steel Overseer just buys us a bunch of time. And even if we miss on Tron, we're still going to get to like turn 5 Krakow Stone. And the draw's been pretty slow, so even that could still be good enough. Like, the animation module draws are just like very mopey, right? No Urza's Tower. We can grab Chromatic Star here and get another Stirrings going though. Keep digging for that tower. Since we have lots of payoffs, our main constraint is mana right now. Still no tower. I guess I take the map. Map is guaranteed tower. I wouldn't mind a World Breaker at some point, but we'll find one. See ya, lassie. Have a nice evening. Been good having you hanging out here. 14 cards and no towers, it happens. I think we're still going to be fine if they don't have a Ravager. Ravager is scary, but other than that, we're looking pretty good. We are going to have to clean up these hangerback tokens at some point, I guess. We'll be fine, though. So I want to find tower just because it makes me use my mana more efficiently. I don't know if I'm just casting O-Stone out, though. I kind of wouldn't mind them, like, over-committing more into the O-Stone if possible. So I could just, like, cycle some of this nonsense. Just, like, rummage through my deck here. Alright. Ghost Quarter is a nice pickup for next turn. In combination with the O-Stone, it's probably going to protect us. They do have blue in their deck. They might be playing the negates in the sideboard that some people are playing. It's kind of scary. Negate is very good against us. Alright, so I can cast my O-Stone. Sacrifice the O-Stone now. I guess I wait in case they try and take up a hangerback in my end step. Do I want to hold up Expedition Map? Or do I want to just play out a Tron land? Hold up Ghost Quarter, or do I want to play out Expedition Map? I think I just want to play out Ghost Quarter. Playing out Expedition Map means that next turn I can sack it, get Sanctum, Ugin away the Sanctum, find a Ballista to clean up the Thopters. I guess our life total's pretty high. It's probably safe to do that. So next turn it'd be 2 to sack, get Sanctum, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'd still need to tap the Ghost Quarter. So I guess we might as well play out a Tron piece for that reason. Then I can Ghost Quarter it. That's true. Yeah, I should sack this now, and then I find out information. They get another Thopter out of the deal. And they only put 1 counter on this. Now, this is fine. I'm just gonna... Oh no, I can't cast Expedition Map. I am so stupid. I can't cast Expedition Map. But this does let me play and sack it next turn, having another Tron piece in play. So this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, I can't play Expedition Map because I want to O-Stone in my end step. But having the extra Tron piece in play lets me do this next turn. So it still works out. I just want to do this now. Denies them a Thopter. I think opponent missed out on potential modular there because O-Stone doesn't kill the Blink Moth. Why not wait for the attack? Good question. Because they probably wouldn't attack, they'd probably take up Hangerback instead, and that would give them more Thopters. Which seemed unappealing to me. Alright, this is way better than anything else we could be doing. Playing out another O-Stone, sweeping away these Thopters all in one go. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe preventing them attacking is worth more. That's fair. Alright, So let's cast this, sack it for Sanctum. It's not completely clear to me which is better, because getting down a Ballista next turn's kind of absurd. They probably get to kill our Ugin, I guess. They take this up to 3. They deal 4, 5, 6, 7. But taking down our Ugin means they're not attacking us. I think I just want to play O-Stone, because I'm like a bit scared of Ravager. I think Ravager is one of the ways I lose this game. I do it in their turn to deny them an attack with the Ballista, because they have to regen it. Yeah, they can keep something around due to the Welding Jar. That's why I'm sacking in their turn. They always top deck Ravager here. That's what the card's there for. It's pretty great. Alright, so they get to keep the Ballista, which is A-okay. So 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Cast this. Sack this. I guess I get an Ulamog now, since we're past the stage of needing Ballista. What are you talking about, George? I might as well play the Ghost Quarter out for the Blink Moth. Since as long as like I untap next turn, I can't possibly lose. Sick. Alright, this is for the 3-2. I want that 3-2 so much right now. Oh, addressing Mike's comment. That's fair. So Nature's Claim is great, Spatial Contortion's great. We're just going to run back the same sideboarding from last time we played this match. One Wurmcoil, out the Ugins. Just like easy ins, easy outs. I think you want a couple Wurmcoils because they block Ballista pretty well. But you don't want to flood on the card, because they have like lots of non-interactive kills that you just like can't block. Alright. We get 2 shots at the 3-2 now. 2 shots. Why do I only play one Karn? I think Karn is really poorly positioned in Modern at the moment. I think there are a lot of decks that Karn's just bad against. Like, it's bad against Hardened Scales, it's bad against Blue-White secretly, because it lines up so poorly against counterspells. It's bad against... basically all the tier 1, apart from KCI and Tron. Those are the 2 matchups you like actively love Karn in. But all the other decks are so either have lots of counterspells or are really aggressive. And you don't want Karn against aggro decks, because it just, like, it's like a 7 mana Vindicate. Like, you kill their thing, and then they untap and either kill Karn easily or kill you. And you don't want it against control decks, because they just counter it. Especially post-board. Whereas I think, I believe that World Breaker is very good in both those scenarios. I probably just want to Nature's Claim this, right? Slows them down so much. Obviously I want to Nature's Claim Damping Sphere too, but I think we just want to buy time here. World Breaker is great against the aggro decks because it blocks amazingly, and it's great against the control decks because they can't counter it. So, like, you just love World Breaker in every matchup, basically. Or most of the matchups, anyway. It's bad against combo, but, you know, can't be perfect. I was going to play out the Sphere there instead of the Star. That was kind of bad. It's probably not going to matter too much, but... because Star can't be Nature's Claimed easily. I almost want this World Breaker. I'm kind of scared of that Inkmoth Nexus. I guess I have a Nature's Claim for Inkmoth. I can probably take the O-Stone. It's kind of close though. World Breaker is very, very good in this matchup. Okay. I'm very happy we have this Nature's Claim in hand, otherwise we'd be in big trouble here. Just play Sphere and cycle it. That's dreamy. Okay. I think we're safe. I think we're in a good position now. So you have Claim to not die, also to answer a Damping Sphere, and then we get to O-Stone them next turn. I'm just going to let this happen. This is A-okay with me. I'll just happily let them attack here. With O-Stone coming down soon. Alright. So I just want to cast the O-Stone and wipe this stuff away, I guess. They get to level up the Inkmoth. How big do they make the Inkmoth? They, 2, 3, 4, and they make it a 5/5. Which is fine. Hey there, Schultz. I can't remember when you headed off. We're currently 2-2 in this one though, Schultz. Playing for the 3-2. I don't know if you were here. Nassif did a big raid, which was pretty awesome. I was very happy about that. I guess I just wait on this O-Stone. See what they do. They're just attacking. I think I'm just going to take this. Oh, if they level up Ballista, I can sack, I guess. Oh my gosh, Flesson. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime subscription. You're great. Everyone put some hearts in chat. Oh my gosh, Johnny P as well. That's so hype. Jeez. That's so hype. Thank you both so much for helping support me. Helping support the stream. I'm like really, really excited about all the positivity and support the stream has been getting recently. Thank you both. You're both great. I'm hoping we'll be partnered within the next couple of weeks. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen soon. It's been about 2 months, and typically it takes about 2 months. So hopefully we'll get new emotes soon. Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it. Alright, so we get to World Breaker plus Claim. So we're feeling super safe here. I guess... yeah, even if they play Damping Sphere, we're good, right? Yeah. Just the dream. Yeah, next week is going to be my first week doing full-time hours for the stream. So, I'm really hoping it works out. I've been, like, working my way there. Sick. Got the free 2. Let's open this treasure chest before I head off. Oh my god. Holy shit. Dear lord. That's a card to open. How much is a Tarmogoyf worth nowadays? Hopefully it's worth a fair amount. Hopefully we've been spiking the price of our Tarmotron. Jeez, that is a nice way to end the stream too. It's worth like 25, Michael? Jeez, that's nice. That is very nice. Alright, that is a good ending. Do I know what kind of schedule I'll have next week? I need to settle on a schedule.